Hello, everyone, and welcome to Eagle Vision Basketball. I'm Chad Hearn, along with Austin Wader, Sam Jansky, Connor Hudgens, Ben Duff. We are at the Eddie L. Boone and Oliver Fitzpatrick Jr. Fieldhouse, Little Rock Central High School. Non-conference action, 5A Central. Vilonia Eagles taking on 6A Central. Defending state champion, Austin, Little Rock Central Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, again, talking about the girls' game, had such great environment, plus playing on this court for the first time. I'm excited to see what these boys do after some really, really close games in that V-Town showdown.
Yeah, it was Eagles unfortunately went 1-2 in the V-Town showdown. They are 5-4 coming off back-to-back losses in the V-Town showdown. First to Nettleton in the semifinal, and then to Russellville in the final, 44-47. Both of those games, honestly, I think the Eagles should have won. Turnovers were an issue late.
Yeah, turnovers were an issue, and I mean, just in that Russellville game, nonetheless, the slow start scoring in that one, too. I mean, it was 3 points in the first quarter, 3 or 6 points in that opening quarter against Russellville. But, yeah, turnovers late in the game truly were the difference.
Yeah, in those two games, which should have been wins, we still had a chance to win those games. 53 total turnovers in 2 games, and we shot under 30% from the three-point line, which we're a three-point shooting team, and we live and die by it. So there's your factors.
Yeah, Nettleton went on to win the V-Town showdown against Valley View. So both the girls and the boys that lost in the semifinals, the team that beat them went ahead and won at the end. Lane Turner comes in tonight averaging 20.9 points per game. Brody Jansky averaging 10.2. Rest of Eagles kind of struggling on offense. There hadn't been a whole lot of Eagles that have been getting on the board. Nobody really in double digits outside of Lane and Brody. So maybe here tonight we find some offensive firepower.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the key, getting multiple guys involved. I mean, you remember a couple of games ago, Mannion off the bench hit some big threes.
Had a couple
Several
good
other
games.
guys have stepped up and have made some big plays off the bench. We just got to get that more consistently.
You know, to be honest, Lane started slow, then he woke up. So Lane wakes up, the rest of the team says, "Oh, we can take off now. We're going to go to sleep." No. We got to keep everybody needs to produce.
All right, so we find ourselves Little Rock Central High Tigers coming in tonight 3-7. Kind of a rebuilding year maybe. I'm not sure. Coming off that state championship, they lost, obviously, Honor Boateng, who's now at Missouri. C.J. Washington. They had the big 6'7" guy whose name escapes me. Maybe that was C.J. Washington.
Along with Daniel Culberson, too, right?
Daniel Culberson also in there as well. They coming off a 27-6, 9-3 season. Again, we talked about this maybe in the last game. Boys played both Bryant and Little Rock Central. Those two teams go to the 6A state championship, and a bit of an upset. Little Rock Central pulls it out.
Yeah, I mean, they did really good. And the boys this year, you talked about a bit of a rebuilding year, reloading year, also first-year coach to go along with that. So, yeah, a lot of differences here for Central, but still, despite being a young team, they got some talent there.
They do, and you got to think it's both teams have new coaches. Both teams in somewhat of a rebuilding year. So,
yeah, Central has some similar opponents to the Eagles. They've beaten Parkview in non-conference action, losing to Forest City, which the Eagles lost to Forest City. A little bit bigger loss for Central against Forest City than the Eagles. That's really the only team that both teams have played at this point in the season, and really you can't gauge who's going to win a game based on that.
No, you really can't with that. And I mean, talking about this Central team, I mean, the main key, Connor, we talked about Luke Moore, the senior guard, very talented player.
Very talented. Got offers from Abilene Christian, St. John's, UCA. Incredible player Luke Moore is. He also averaged, I believe he had 25 points last game against the, remind me who they played, Chad.
They just played Benton.
Benton, yeah.
25 points against Benton on 10 of 16 shooting. Incredible for Luke Moore.
Yeah, and I mean, he was doing their offense completely in that game, controlling the pace for them.
Yeah, 61-56 win for the Little Rock Central Tigers. Benton at that point was unbeaten.
Yep.
So they go into that game 2-7, then beat unbeaten.
Yeah.
Benton Panthers. So, you can't take that record 3-7 and say, oh, this, Eagles have a real shot. And they do. They do have a real shot of winning. But they're going to have to come out and play, especially in the fourth quarter, better than they have been.
Yeah, I mean, I remember a couple weeks ago we were talking about coming out in the third quarter doing. Now it's let's finish the job in the fourth quarter. We're so close to putting together a full, complete, really good game. let's hope we can see that tonight for the boys. And you talked about it with the Central team, beating that Benton team. Like I said, a young team. They have a good amount of talent.
Yeah.
It's just trying to get their consistency down right now.
I mean, my 2 keys I'll be looking for, and hopefully we'll be able to get it, is turnovers and three-point percentages. So if we shoot it over 30% from three-point and we have under 20 turnovers, I think we're in the game.
All right, we're going to go to a clip with Coach Pennell, find out what his thoughts are about this game. Then we're going to cut to a commercial for our sponsor of the game, Collier Roofing. We appreciate them very much being our sponsor of the game. And then that should get us back to starting lineups. We'll be right back after this.
Coach Pennell, turnover has been a huge factor the last couple games. How do we expect to minimize those tonight?
Well, to answer your question or your statement, it's the only reason that we're 5-4 and not 7-2. When you look at all of our stats, we actually are head and shoulders better than other team. We're out rebounding everybody we're playing. We're shooting better. We're defending better, the whole bit. So what we have to do is we know we're going to turn the ball over some, but we have to value each possession and get away from the careless ones. Those are the ones that are really hurting us, and especially in the fourth quarter. That's winning time, and that's when you have to be much more careful with the ball. So that's been a point of emphasis in practice. Hopefully we're going to see it soon. It definitely needs to get solved before the 20th of December when we start conference.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
When it comes to your roof, the cost of a repair or replacement can be overwhelming. You need a reliable team to address problems and prevent potential or additional damage to your property. If you have concerns about your roof, you can count on the Collier Roofing team to use their eagle eyes to not only evaluate it, but also develop a solution that's best for you. At Collier Roofing, we have over 50 years of combined experience. We are local, family-owned and operated business that strives to do our very best every day. From our team to yours, go Eagles!
All right, we are back here ready for the starting lineups for the Central High Tigers taking on the Vilonia Eagles. Non-conference action, just missed a great game. If you didn't catch it, Lady Eagles went into overtime against the Central Lady Tigers, also defending 6A state champions. So you can see banners on the walls here, long pedigree of great basketball teams here at Little Rock Central.
Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a presentation here before starting lineups.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, over 21 state championships for Little Rock Central.
Luke Moore joining the 1,000-point club. We've been there.
Yeah. I mean, 1,000 points in a career. I mean, that's really. I mean, that's incredible for anyone.
I'll stand for that.
Sit down.
Just saying, that's pretty.
I'm telling you,
pretty special.
Your Tiger shirt is over there at the table, ready for you.
Any way to get good gear?
It's a schmedium.
Is it Nike?
I don't think so. Looks like Russell.
Oh, I'm out.
All right, so this is going on really long. Shelby Lewis, you did some research. Shelby Lewis in his first year. What was it? Brian Ross was coach last year for
retired,
the Tigers.
Yep. Whatever. He's been an assistant here for 3 years. Prior to that, I believe he played basketball at wasn't Abilene Christian, but he played basketball at Stephen F. Austin. And then he, with the Dallas Baptist, went on to get some certificates. And
was also an assistant under Kyle Pennington.
That's what, yeah.
Russellville for 3 years.
That's right. He was at Russellville in the COVID decade. The COVID
From 19 to 21.
He was at Russellville whenever I was in high school.
He was at Russellville when we played, and Harrison was a senior, yes.
All right, we are just about ready for starting lineups. Hopefully this time we'll see. Pennell keeps trying different things. We're still in non-conference action. He keeps trying different things with the starting lineup, trying to find the right pieces to put together before we get into conference action.
Yeah, I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
All right, we're going to start out first for the Vilonia Eagles. Out first, we got Cade Keller, one of our senior Eagles. Up next, number 5, Harrison Lane, another senior Eagle. Number 12, Brody Jansky out next. Three seniors. 6'4", junior John Sutterfield out next. And out last for the Eagles, the 6'5", senior, number 25, Lane Turner. And here we go, lights out. Lights out.
Oh, they got the swag. I like it.
All right, let's see who comes out. Have some idea about the starters. We'll find out together. Eagle Vision viewers.
Me and Austin are doing the swag surf right now.
Swag when you surf.
I'm afraid I'll break a hip if I do it. So.
Last time I was surfing, I believe it was on the internet earlier today.
Oh, boy.
Are we ever going to announce the starters?
Yeah.
I just saw
Sorry.
him pass a roster. Nobody knows who the starters are.
This
Oh,
PA
boy.
announcer is not getting paid by the hour.
The anticipation is killing me.
The good news is they got the crowd swag surfing,
Just
so they're
have
trying
them
to
come
distract
out.
them.
We'll figure it out. Out first for the Tigers, 6'2" sophomore, Brandon Wright.